Let's bring in our panel. Ben Wikler, Washington Director of MoveOn.org and host of The Good Fight, and Javier Manjarres, Managing Editor of the Shark Tank. Good morning to you both. How's it going?
Morning.
Good to be here.
All right, Ben, I want to get right to you. Mr. Gruber has been insistent upon the fact that his comments were simply a slip of the tongue, and some members of the liberal media have been quick to support and agree with him. Take a listen to this. All right, we do not have the comments. Basically, it was Josh Barrow and Crystal Ball from MSNBC pretty much coming to the guy's defense. Ben, from you, why not just call a spade a spade? The guy shouldn't have said it, period, right?
He absolutely shouldn't have said it. I mean, I don't know why this guy's going around and saying this stuff. It's cynical, it's inaccurate, and frankly, there were thousands of people who worked on this healthcare plan, starting at the Heritage Foundation, going into the Romney administration, and then, turning it into a national plan with the Affordable Care Act. He was one tiny part of it, and this is an insult to all of those people and to the millions of Americans who followed this debate incredibly closely. Like, the debate over the Affordable Care Act was the most prolonged public policy civics lesson in my lifetime. It's something that all of the country was tuning into. And the idea that there was some kind of, cynical ploy just flies in the face of all the mountains of evidence, the hours of programming on every news station in the country that focused on exactly how this law works as it was being debated and passed.
Well, Javier, this is red meat for Republicans. Do you think that they're going to pounce on this and then possibly call hearings as a result?
Absolutely. First of all, this wasn't a gaffe. President Bush referring to U.S. military as the best and the brightest, that was a gaffe. But to say it 3 times, that's not a gaffe. Yeah, and I suspect the members of the U.S. Congress to pounce on this, like you said. This is perfect for them moving into 2016. This actually makes their case. This is the smoking gun that they've been looking for that completely discredits Obamacare on its face. This is what they need. Hopefully they won't drop the ball on it as moving forward the next couple months on it.
Well, some of the senators obviously speaking out about this. Senator Barrasso, a Wyoming Republican, responded to Gruber's comments. Take a listen to this.
It's clearly offensive, and I think it just confirms Americans' worst fears about the government. So we see this a slap in the face and an insult to the American people, and this is repetitive behavior.
Senator Barrasso, also an orthopedic surgeon, he went on to call the comments clearly offensive, and they are more than offensive. They're really reflective of kind of how conservatives and liberals view government. And Ben, is it more than that, that liberalism, that government knows best and you're too stupid to make your own choices, or is that an overreach from the senator?
I think that's an overreach. I mean, Jonathan Gruber clearly doesn't know best about, how to think or talk about American politics. This is a guy, he's a health economist at MIT, and he spends a lot of time talking to other economists. And, I don't think he understands the full, political context, not only of the debate now, but of the bill itself. As cynical as he might be, the fundamental idea in the Affordable Care Act is to help people be able to see a doctor, give everyone the ability to choose, to see a doctor when they need to do so. And as someone who has health insurance, I'm very pleased that we now have a system that allows everyone to be able to afford health care. That should be the center of the debate. And
yeah, but that's not true. I mean, people that have signed up for the Affordable Care Act and do have health insurance, they can't afford it, because ask these people if they can afford the premiums. I know someone who signed up for it, she's paying $340 a month, and her deductible is $5,600. Go figure. How can Americans afford it?
I can tell you, before Obamacare, I was on a COBRA plan that cost me more than me and my family more than $1,000 a month. That has gone down significantly since the ACA passed, because we signed up through a health insurance exchange, and that's a great benefit that I'm glad my kids will have as they grow up.
It'll be interesting to see in the next couple of years, will they amend some aspects of the Affordable Care Act? We'll have to wait and see on that. And we're also going to talk to both Ben and Javier after the break with much more on Obamacare and also what's happening in Washington, D.C. You're watching America's Forum right here on Newsmax TV. I'm Rick Blackwell. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for watching.